Now we will see the examples on mechanical translational system. Example: obtain transfer function y2 of s divided by f of s and draw f2v and f2i analogy electrical equivalent circuit of the system shown in figure below. We have to derive the transfer function and we have to draw F2V and F2I analogy electrical equivalent circuits of a system shown in the figure below. The figure is like this one. Here it is the damper, then there is a mass, let's say this is M1, and then here is the spring, and again we have the second mass, that is M2. Again there are the wheels are there, and here the external force is applied, that is F of t, and here the displacement is y2 and here the displacement is y1. Okay. This is F and this is K. Now see here, this M2 is associated with the displacement y2. This K is a displacement, it is associated with the displacement y1 as well as y2. M1 is the mass which is associated with the displacement y1, and this F is a damper which is associated with the displacement y1. Now see here, this K is connected between the two displacement, that is y1 and y2. So that means this K is under the displacement of y2 as well as y1, or y1 and y2, or y1 and y2. So now we have to find out the transfer function f of s, y2 of s divided by f of s, y2 of s divided by f of s. So first we have to write down their differential equation. Now see here, this one, there are two displacement, one is y1, second is y2, one is y1 and second is y2. So to the left of this y1s there is a damper, who is under the displacement of y1, and to the left of this ones it is connected to the spring, and this spring is under the displacement of y1 and y2, as well as this M2 is connected to the external force, this f of t. Now see here, then we have to draw the two body diagram. One body diagram is at M2, second body diagram is at M1. Why we have to take the body diagram at M2? Because M2 is associated with the displacement y2 and M1 is associated with the displacement y1. So we have to draw the free body diagram at M2, free body diagram at M1. Two different free body diagram, because to the left of this ones here is the F, that is the dampers, and this dampers is under the displacement of y1. Suppose if we consider only one free body diagram at M2, then this F will not come into the picture, because it is indirectly connected through this M1 to the M2. And suppose if we take consider only m1 free body diagram at the m1, then what happens here, the m2 and this f of t is not directly connected to the m1, they are connected through k, they are connected through k. So there must be the direct connections of the forces at a free body diagram. That's why we have to draw the two free body diagram, one is at m1 and one is at m2. Then only we can draw, then only, so we have to draw the two free body diagram, one is at m1 and one is at m2, so that all the components will be connected to that particular free body diagrams, and they and their associated forces will comes into the picture. Now first, in the step 1, draw free body diagram at m1, at m1. So now at m1, see there, at m1 how many components are connected, one is m1, another is k, and third one is the friction, now see here, what is the direction of the displacement, it is in the right side direction, so whatever the forces are there, that will act in the opposite direction. This is the force due to f of k, the force due to. So now we will draw the free body diagram at the m1. So to the m1, the three forces are connected, one is due to the m1, another is the k, and third force is associated because of this damper. So direction of the displacements is from left to right, so all the forces will act from right to left direction. So this is the force due to the spring, that is f of k. Then this is the another force, this is due to the mass m1, that is fm1, and here this is the force due to the damper, that is ff, Now suppose if we write the force equation, then we have fm1 plus ff plus fk, it is equals to 0, Now from this ones we can write down this m1, is associated with the displacement of y1, so we can write down these equations, that is m1 d square y1 by dt square, plus this f is again associated with only displacement of y1, so this becomes f into dy1 by dt, plus this k is under the two displacement, one is y1 and another is y2, because the one end of the spring is connected to the m1 and second end of the spring is connected to the m2, and m2 is under the displacement of y2, so we can say that the k is under the displacement of y1 as well as y2, and we are drawing the free body diagram at m1, and the m1 displacement is y1, so we will write down here k, that is y1 minus y2, it is equals to 0, so this is our equation, let's say this equation is a, now to this equation, take the Laplace transform, of this equation. So the Laplace transform, that is m1 as it is, d square by dt square, that is s square, and y1 is y1 of s, plus f as it is, d by dt, that is s, and y1 is y1 of s, plus k in bracket, y1 is y1 of s minus y2 of s, bracket complete, it is equals to 0, so this is our equation, now here this is y1, and this is y1, so this is plus sign, and this is plus sign, so we will we will collect y1 as y1 terms together, so this becomes m1 s square plus s into f plus k multiplied by y1 of s, y1 of s. See here, m1 into s square plus f into s plus k, all this is in a bracket multiplied by y1 of s. And what is the y2 of s? That is k multiplied by y2 of s, and this is negative, so we will transfer it to the right side. So it is equals to k multiplied by y2 of s, y2 of s. So this is our equation, this is our equation. Now we want what? The transfer function in terms of y2 divided by f. Here is the term is y1, here is the term is y1, so we can write down y1 of s, it is equals to k multiplied by y2 of s divided by s square into m1 plus s into f plus k, plus k. These equations we get. Let's say this equation is b, this equation is b. Now draw free body diagram, free body diagram at m2, at m2, at m2. Now to the m2, how many forces are associated? One is due to the m2, one is due to k, and another force due to external force, that is f of t. So we have total 3 forces associated with the m2. So first we will draw the block m2 here. This is m2. Now see here, this force is applied from left to right direction. So this is first our applied force, that is f of t. Then the direction of the force is from right to left, so other forces will act in a opposite direction. So this is f of m1, f m1, and this is the k force, that is fk, that is fk. Now we will write down the force equation. So f of t, it is equals to f m1 plus fk, f m1 plus fk. Now f of t, it is equals to f m1, that means m1 multiplied by d square y1 by dt square, because to the this is m2, this is m2, and this is m2. This is because of the mass m2, so f m2, here the correction is m2 and here is the m2. So this m2, this m2 is under the displacement of y2, so here we have y2, d square y2 by dt square plus k multiplied by, now k, we are drawing the free body diagram, we are considering the free body diagram at y2 or at m2. So what is the displacement here? Y2. So we will write down here y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1. So this is our f of t, this is our f of t. Now take Laplace transform, take Laplace transform of above equation, Laplace transform of above equation. So this becomes f of s, it is equals to m2, and this is d square by dt square, so this becomes s square, and y2 becomes y2 of s plus k in bracket y2 of s minus, this is y1, so this is y1 of s, bracket complete, bracket complete. Now we will collect the y2 of s terms. So this is s square m2 into y2 of s plus k multiplied by y2 of s. So we will take y2 of s common outside, and then it is minus k y1 of s. So this is f of s, it is equals to s square into m2 plus k, bracket complete, and this is y2 of s minus k y1 of s, minus k y1 of s. So this is our equation, this is our equation. Now we will substitute the value of y1, we will substitute the value of y1, it is equals to what? K multiplied by y2 into k multiplied by y2 of s divided by s square plus m1 plus s into f plus k into this equation, into this equation. So that means y1 of s will be eliminated, so that means y1 of s will be eliminated. Now put y1 of s value in above equation. In above equation we get f of s, it is equals to this s square m2 plus k as it is multiplied by y2 of s as it is minus k as it is, and y1 it is equals to what? K multiplied by y2 of s. K multiplied by y2 of s divided by what? S square m1 plus s into f plus s into f plus k plus k. Now this we will multiply here. This we will multiply here. So this becomes s square into m1 plus s into f plus k multiplied by these wholes, and this y2 of s is common, so we will take y2 of s is outside. So f of s, so f of s it is equals to, so f of s it is equals to, f of s it is equals to this s square m2 plus k multiplied by this. We will take the LCM of this one. So s square into m2 plus k multiplied by s square. First we will write down s square m2 plus k multiplied by what is this? S square m1 plus s into f plus k. S square m1 plus s into f plus k. Okay, this. Okay, and here the multiplication is y2 of s, and here is the y2 of s. So y2 of s, y2 of s, we will take it outside. So this becomes minus k into k y2 of s. So this becomes k square. So this becomes minus k square divided by what is this denominator? That is s square into m1 plus s into f plus k. So we will write down. So we will write down s square into m1 plus s into f plus k, and this whole is multiplied by y1 of s, y1 of s. So the transfer function, that is sorry, this is y2. So this is y2. So here is the y2, here is the y2. So this s square into m2 plus k multiplied by this whole terms into y2 of s into k square into y2 of s. y2 of s, y2 of s is common, so we will take it outside. So this becomes s square m2 plus k multiplied by this minus k square into y2 of s. So these equations we have here. So this becomes y2 of s. So this becomes y2 of s divided by f of s, that means output divided by input, it is equals to, this is y2 divided by f. So this becomes s square m1 plus s into f plus k divided by s square m2 plus k multiplied by s square m1 plus s into f plus k. So this is our transfer function. So this is our transfer function, s square m1 plus s into f plus k divided by s square m2 plus k into s square m1 plus s into f plus k. This is the transfer functions between y2 of s divided by f of s. Now electrical equivalent circuits we will draw. Electrical equivalent circuit using F2V analogy. Using F2V analogy. What is F2V analogy? In mechanical system and electrical system. and electrical system. Here F, that is the force, that is F, it is equals to voltage, that is V. Then here is the mass, that is M. So here is inductance, that is L. And then here is the damper, that is F. Here is resistance, that is R. And here is the spring, that is K. And here is reciprocal of capacitance, reciprocal of capacitance, that is 1 by C, that is 1 by C. So this we know, and here is the displacement, and here it is charge. Here it is displacement, and here we have the charge. Now see here. So there is a simple technique how to draw the electrical equivalent circuit using F to V analogy. Now see here. First see the circuits. In the circuits there are the two displacements are there. What is the displacement? Y1 and Y2. Y1 and Y2. So suppose if you are drawing the electrical equivalent circuits using F to V analogy, and if there are the two displacements are there, that means there are two currents. That means there are two currents. Whenever we have the two currents, that means we must have two loops. We must have two loops. Now see here, this Y1 and Y2 which is common to the K, which is common to the K. That means this K factors is a common for the both the loops. Both the loops. What is the equivalent of the K? What is the equivalent of the K? That is reciprocal of the capacitance. That is the reciprocals of the capacitance. Now in the first loop, what are the elements? That is F. F means what? Resistance. And M1 means what? Inductance. That means in the first loop there is a resistance and there is a inductance. And in the second loop what is there? That is M2. M2 means what? L2. L2. And what is the common in both the loops? That is 1 by C. That is the spring. Spring means 1 by C. Spring means 1 by C. So now here we can have like this one. We can have like this one. First we will see this is 1 by C. This is 1 by C. Now see here in the first loop what are the elements there? That is F. F means R. And here is the M1. M1 means what? L. Now see here, both these components are having the same displacement, that is Y1. That means both the components are carrying the same amount of current, that is the same current, that is nothing but the I1. That is nothing but the I1. So what happens here? We will write down here, this is R1, this is R, and this is the inductance, that is L1, that is M1 na? So here is L1, here is L1. Now see here, we will, this is I1, this is I1. So this is our first loop, this is our first loop. And in the second loop, this is the common, that is 1 by C. In the second loop what is the components? That is M2. M2 means L2. And these components are connected across what? The voltage source or the force. Force means voltage source. So what happens here? We will write down here L2, and they are connected across the voltage source, that is V. That is V. So this is our electrical equivalent circuit using F to V analogy for this one. Now see here, always remember, first you find out how many displacements are there. Here the two displacement, that means we have the two currents. Whenever there are the two currents, that means we must have two loops. One loop is associated with the first current and second loop is associated with the second current. Now see here, in the first loop what is the current? I1. This current is flowing through F, M1 and K. F means resistance, M1 means inductance, and K means 1 by C, that is the reciprocal of the capacitance. That means I1 is flowing through the resistance, through the inductance, and through 1 by C, that is the reciprocal of the capacitance. Okay. Now the second current, that is I2 currents, is flowing through what? L2 and 1 by C, that is the reciprocal of the capacitance. That means 1 by C or the reciprocal of the capacitance are carrying the two currents. One is I1 and one is I2. So that's why we have taken 1 by C is common to both the loops. So this is my second currents, that is I1. That is I2. So that means this IC is carrying the two currents. One is I1 and one is I2. One is I1 and another is I2. So this capacitance is carrying the two currents. One is I1 and one is I2. So that means it is a common to both the loops. It is common to both the loops. L2, that means the mass M2, is carrying the only one currents, that is I2. This resistance and this inductance is carrying only the one current. This resistance and this inductance is having the displacement only y1. So that means the resistance and the inductance is having only one current, that is I1. So this is our first circuit. In terms of F2V analogy, equivalent circuits in terms of F2V analogy. Now we will draw electrical equivalent circuit using F2I analogy. Now see here, in F2I analogy, again we have the mechanical system and here is electrical system. Here is the force, that is F. Here is the current, that is I. Okay, here is the displacement. Okay, here is the flux, that is phi. Then there is a mass, that is M. Here is the capacitance, that is C. Then here is the damper, that is F. Now see here, what is the equivalence of the damper that we have already in F2I analogy. Dampers is nothing but the damper is the reciprocal of resistance and spring is the reciprocal of inductance. So damper is reciprocal of resistance, that is 1 by R, and spring, that is K, reciprocal of inductance, that is 1 by L. So now to draw F2V analogy electrical equivalent circuits, again see, look at the circuit. How many displacements are there? Y1 and Y2. So that means there are the two fluxes are there. Fluxes are 2, that means the voltages are 2. Here is the voltage is E1, here is the voltage E2. So that means there are simply Y1 is there, Y2 is there. That means there are the two nodes. One is for the Y1, another is for the Y2. And between the two nodes, which components is connected? That is K. What is the equivalent of the K? That is reciprocal of the inductance. So that means between the two nodes, that is E1 and E2, the inductance is connected. Reciprocal of the inductance is connected to the E1. What is connected over there? M1 and F. What is M1? M1 is the capacitance C1. And what is F? F is the damper. Damper is the reciprocal of the resistance. So that means to the E1, these two components are connected, and between the E1 and E2, this components is connected, and to the E2, which components is connected? That is M2. M2 means what? C2. And what is this? F of t. F of t is also connected at a node 2, that is E2. What is the equivalent of the F? That is your current I. So what we will do here, first we will mark here the two nodes. One is E1 and one is another is E2. Now first, okay, this is E1, this is E2, this is E1, this is E2, and here between the E1 and E2, or between the Y1 and Y2, there is a spring. What is the equivalent of the spring? That is reciprocal of the inductance. So first we will draw the inductance, that is 1 by L, that is 1 by L. Now to this E1, that means to the Y1, what is connected over there? M1. So what is the M1? M1 is what? The mass. Mass means what? Capacitance. So we will connect here the capacitance, that is C1, that is C1. Again it is connected F to the Y1, to the Y1. So what is the F? That is 1 by R. So we will connect here 1 by R. This is connected to the 1 by R, and we will connect it together to the E2. To the E2, what is to the E2? That means to the Y2. What is connected over there? M2. What is M? That is the mass. So that means here is the capacitor C2. And to this Y2, the external force is connected, that is F. So external force F, what is there? Current. So we will connect here the current, that is I, and then we will short this. We will connect it together. So this is your electrical equivalent circuits using F2I analogy. F2I analogy. You always remember, first you find out how many displacements are there. So if there are the two, then first you mark the two nodes and put their voltages E1 and E2 respectively. Then find out how many components are connected between the E1 and E2, or between the Y1 and Y2. Here between the Y1 and Y2 only K is connected, so we will connect here the inductance, reciprocal of the inductance, because spring equivalent is reciprocal of the inductance. So we will connect the inductance here, that is 1 by L, that is 1 by L. Then this Y1 is connected to the F1, is associated with the F1. So what is F1? What is M1? M1 is the C1. So we will connect the C1, and then this Y1 is connected to the F. So this E1 is connected to the F, that is 1 by R, and we will connect it together. Similarly, we will find out for the M2. So Y2 is connected to the M2. M2 means C2. So we will connect here the C2 to the E2, and it is also connected to the F of T, and F of T is, that is nothing but the current. So we will put the current source here, and it connects to the E2, and then we will connect the rest of the terminals. So this way we can draw the electrical equivalent circuits using F2V and F2I analogy both.